Hi friends, and welcome back to the channel. And this is my week 19 Mounjaro or Tirzepatide update. I'm still on 6.375 milligrams of Tirzepatide, and today I took my third injection at this dose. It is supplemented with NAD and B12, which I'll talk more about later in the video. This week was a little different in a good way. Last week my weight stayed the same, but this week I'm down 0.8 pounds. That might not sound like much, but when you've been stuck or slowly climbing, it feels like a win. So weight loss update. Let's get to the numbers. This week my weight was 237.1, down from 237.9 last week. I lost 0.8 pounds, which brings me almost back to my previous 7-pound total weight loss. Right now I'm down 68.9 pounds overall, and just 1.1 pounds over the weight that I started Tirzepatide at. If you've ever lost weight and gained some of it back, you know how defeating that can feel, but inching back towards that milestone just feels amazing. Non-scale victories. This week's non-scale victory, I tested tomatoes. Now, you know, if you've been watching any of my videos, I have issues with nightshades. So this week I tested tomatoes. At first I had a small reaction on my right hand, but it quickly cleared up, and there's been no eczema breakout that followed, and I've been fine since. So that's huge for me. And I think that may be related to eating sauerkraut every day, the kind that's alive and still full of probiotics, not the canned or the stuff that's been sealed. I think this may be helping my gut to heal, which is preventing the skin reaction. So maybe I'll go back to making my own ferments again. Blood sugar update. My fasting blood sugar dropped from 154 to 146, so that was a good improvement. My continuous glucose monitor 7-day average also dipped from 147 to 141. Now, my time in range dropped slightly. That's not a good thing. But I think that's a fluke, because I wore the sensor on my stomach for a week, because you're supposed to be able to wear it on your stomach. But that's one of the alternate sites. But for the whole 10 days, it just consistently read higher than what my glucometer said. I'm like a lot higher. So I'm not putting a lot of stock in that percentage of time in range. But next week will be most of the days on a new sensor, so that should be more accurate. So yeah, I've since moved it back to my arm, which is where I usually get better accuracy. Side effects and adjustments. Side effects this week, I just had mild nausea a couple of times. Nothing major, and no need to manage it with food or hydration hacks or any hacks. Usually I manage it with breathing technique, but yeah, it's not been bad at all. And I'm still in the same dose this week, but next round I will be increasing. Not next week, but the week after next I will be increasing. So let's talk NAD for a second. That stands for nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. Say that 3 times fast. I can't even say it fast one time. It's a coenzyme that helps with energy, metabolism, DNA repair, and is being studied for anti-aging and cognitive benefits. There's a lot of studies going on with this right now. Have I noticed anything? Not really. Maybe my blood sugar improvements are related, but it's hard to say for sure. The B12 didn't do much for me either, but then I wasn't deficient in it. I get my B12 checked regularly, and I'm always high. So, I mean, that makes sense that I'm not feeling any difference in the B12. what I've been eating, meal prep and written menu are really helping keep me sane. And I've been doing this for a couple of years, and it really helps me keep sane. It provides structure and less stress. So here's a quick snapshot of this week's meals. Breakfast was oatmeal with cocoa and yogurt, cocoa powder and yogurt, or an apple with soy yogurt. Shabbat, I had mixed melon for breakfast, and then homemade wheat biscuits with Gardein sausage patties. Homemade whole wheat biscuits with Gardein sausage patties for lunch. Lunches, for the most part this week, were roasted mixed vegetables with tofu. And dinners was veggie pizza. Yes. With pizza sauce. Yes. Onions, mushrooms, tofu sausage. Recipe coming soon. A tiny bit of cheese and pizza seasoning. The pizza seasoning is the piece de resistance. It just ups the flavor. So you've got to add pizza seasoning on top of your pizzas. You just have to. And I have missed pizzas, and I know my family has too, because they have not been eating pizzas just to kind of stand strong with me, or to support me, which is really nice of them. But I have missed pizzas. And now, after reintroducing 3 nightshades, ashwagandha and peppers, I had bad reactions with both of those. Tomatoes is the third, and I had a minor reaction at first. That cleared up and nothing since. So I am cautiously celebrating. Upcoming recipes, homemade soy yogurt, tofu sausage, sweet potato and black bean skillet, and not your grandma's casserole. So stay tuned for those recipes. Exercise and activity. I bumped my walking speed up a little bit again, just a little bit. Every little increase, every little bit of where you're challenging your body to do more is good. I've also started using my vibration plate with resistance bands for upper body strength. The link's in the description if you're curious. Tirzepatide hasn't changed my motivation or ability to exercise, but I'm happy with the slow and steady progress. So compared to past weeks, this one was pretty smooth. A little nausea, some small but meaningful wins in weight and glucose. I would love to hear your questions in the comments. Let me know if you've tried NAD and whether you've noticed anything. So, any new research or buzz around Mounjaro? There's nothing new this week that specifically relates to Mounjaro that hasn't been covered extensively elsewhere, so I'm not going to regurgitate that. But something I am excited about is a policy update, the new executive order on drug pricing, which has the potential to help so many people, and not just people on Mounjaro or Tirzepatide, or the GLP-1s. I mean, I'm talking about some cancer medications, and there's just all kinds of medications that are outrageously priced in the United States, but are priced more reasonably in other countries, and that's just not fair. So on May 12th, 2025, President Donald Trump signed an executive order titled Delivering Most Favored Nation Prescription Drug Pricing to American Patients. This policy aims to reduce the U.S. prescription drug costs by aligning them with the lowest prices paid in other developed countries, a strategy known as Most Favored Nations pricing. The order directs the Department of Health and Human Services to negotiate lower prices with pharmaceutical companies within 30 days. If significant progress isn't made, the administration may pursue regulatory actions or import cheaper medications from abroad. That could help the compounding industry. We have yet to see. The executive order could impact medications like Mounjaro, especially if it's included in the list of drugs, and I don't know why it wouldn't be, subject to the Most Favored Nation pricing. However, the specific drugs affected have not been detailed yet. The pharmaceutical industry has expressed concerns that such pricing reforms might impact innovation and investment in drug development. It's too soon right now to tell how this is going to impact GLP-1s. But it is a move in the right direction overall for the healthcare system. While the executive order doesn't name specific drugs yet, the GLP-1 medications like Mounjaro could be affected. If they're included in the list of high-cost prescriptions under review, if the U.S. adopts most favored nation pricing, we could see lower prices for patients, especially those paying out of pocket or navigating insurance denials. And let me tell you, most insurances are not covering this medication. Most people that are using this are doing it out of pocket. But there's also a flip side. Drug companies may push back by limiting a supply or slowing future innovations if profits drop. That could potentially affect access or availability in the long run. And if it does, that's just going to help the compounding industry. I'm just saying. For now, it's a wait and see, but I'll definitely be watching this and very closely. So, motivation this week. The taste of progress. Literally, I had pizza, y'all. You just don't know how much I've missed pizza. But really, it's seeing myself reclaim ground that I've lost, or that I thought I'd lost. That's really got me excited. If you're stuck, plateauing, or even backsliding, just know forward is forward no matter how slow. This journey takes patience. Listen to your body. Celebrate the small wins. So I'm going to wrap it up now. I lost 0.8 pounds. That's almost a pound. My fasting blood sugar improved. Tomatoes might be okay again. I had minimal side effects and I'm still feeling good overall. If this video has helped or encouraged you, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, drop a comment to let me know how your week went. What are your non-scale victories this week? Or have you tested any new foods? I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, stay healthy in heart.